the experience I have had is that once I came here and I met with a few people were willing to give me advice, people were willing to give me, connect me to the next person. It is a government body, it is a bank. One of the things that the consultant has to do is understand your context. So I found that women prefer more governance roles, which is not a bad thing. I think I know only two women CISOs across Uganda out of 25 banks, which is a bit unfortunate. If I'm looking for someone who's an expert in vulnerability assessment, almost 70% or even 80% of those people are men.
Hello, Stella.
Fine, thank you. How are you?
So, in this episode, actually, we'll be talking about you. Who is Stella?
All right, sir. So, I am a mother, a wife. I've been in entrepreneurship for the past 10 years, 11 years actually. A woman in tech. So I have been involved in information security assessments, cybersecurity assessments, business continuity assessments, data protection, and I do this for various industries. So multi-skilled, multi-dimensional, yes. So in summary, that's me.
So, for those who don't know, we are at ISACA right now, the 14th annual East Africa Conference. So this is your second, right?
Yes.
So what's the difference between the last years and this year's?
So first of all, the theme is quite progressive and it is quite relevant. What I've liked about the organization this time is we've had perspectives from different views. We've had a number of people who are doing very interesting things in technology. So very practical case studies. We've had panels that are just discussing what are challenges, views on where the world is going. So unlike the last year, we're getting a lot more value, a lot more, the real world experience of what is happening. We also have, the structure has changed a bit. Even the place we are doing it has changed a bit. So it's much more interactive. I'm meeting a lot more people. So generally a very, very, very well organized conference.
Okay. So one thing you forgot to talk about is your workplace.
Yes.
So first tell us about your work.
So I work at Sentinel Africa Consulting. This is a risk management consulting business. We are in different locations around Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda. And we specialize in helping organizations win. What does that mean? We help you understand your risks and be better prepared to managing risks. How we do that, we implement ISO frameworks. So we're very good at ISO 27001 for information security, ISO 27701, which is for data protection, ISO 22301, which is for business continuity, ISO 31000, which is for enterprise risk. So for an organization who is looking to build trust with their stakeholders, these are some of the things you can benchmark on to help you build trust.
Okay. So you act as a consultant for a bridge to enable someone to reach ISO 27001. Is that?
Yes.
So in comparison to other competitors in the market, what do you deliver different?
So when it comes to implementation of frameworks, one of the things that we embody is something called understand, tailor, embed. Because the standards are out there, they're actually available. If you Google ISO 27, you're going to see it. But how do you implement ISO in a way that works for your organization? Whether your organization is a regulator, it is a government body, it is a bank. One of the things that the consultant has to do is understand your context. So we spend a lot of time trying to understand you. So who are you? What type of strategy are you pursuing? What's your level of digitization? In terms of competence for staff, what is your competency levels? Yeah. Then we tailor the approach. So if, for example, I'm in manufacturing and I have staff who are more operational. They are used to big machines. It's different from banking, where everything is digitized. If I'm in government, where we still have a lot of manual records, it might be different from, again, another industry. So then we tailor the approach. And then our key focus is on embedding. So by the time I leave there as a consultant, you should feel confident that this thing is mine. It's not the consultant's. So we have a approach. It's called Understand, Tailor, Embed, that really focuses on when I leave there, you should embrace this thing and you should be able to continue it as a culture.
So it's more industry specific and the organizational specific.
Yes.
Because every organization has its different needs. So you try to first understand then in order for you to implement it more effectively. Yeah. You had a master class. Did you talk about stuff like that, or it was pure the data privacy?
So we talked a bit about our implementation methodology. Actually, the masterclass was covering the Data Protection and Privacy Act in Uganda and how you can use ISO 27701 to implement or to basically comply to the requirements of the act. Some of the key interesting things with the masterclass is, when I am teaching, I try and make sure, first of all, again, I understand my audience. So we had people from medical background, we had some people from financial services, and also we had guys who were primarily in government. So then we had assignments that actually enabled them to understand, in my institution, how can I do this? How has it been done elsewhere? So it was all about also embodying that same understand, tail, and embed, even as I was teaching.
It's really tricky when it's an audience which has different people. So I don't know how you were able to maneuver that. Are there common themes in every industry which you can say, okay, this can help with a benchmark?
So there are definitely common themes. So for example, if I am looking at something like access management, you will find that the way access is managed from a process perspective is the same, but the particular, the peculiarities may differ per industry and also depending on which tools you have. So one of the things that, I embody even as I do training, is to ask for insights from different people. So really when you're training adults, it's not really about you spewing best practices. Yes. It's about you calling in for insights and then synthesizing those insights within a group. So it was a lot of that. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think you have spent 1 or 2 years in Uganda. So if you compare barrier to entry in Uganda compared to Kenya, how has it been for you?
So it has been an interesting journey. First of all, I think Ugandans are generally very hospitable. And the experience I have had is that once I came here and I met with a few people were willing to give me advice. People were willing to give me, connect me to the next person and the next person and the next person. So I would say that for Uganda, if you are a business and you want to come and set up here, the barriers to entry are not particularly great. However, there are peculiarities. So for example, you need to get tax advice, you need to get legal advice. So there are other things that come on board and that you have to consider if you're coming in as a business person. Yeah.
But so far so good.
So far so good. Yeah.
If apart from ISACA, what are those other events which have caught your eyes?
So I've participated in FITSPA, which looks at the fintech industry. I have participated in IIA, which is the Institute of Internal Auditors. I am also a member of the Project Management Institute. So those have been some of the things, some of the professional events that have caught my eye. But from that, there's Rotary over here, and Rotary is doing quite a number of good things. So a lot of events where you can just get to know people and get to know them as well.
Okay. So I would be foolish not to talk about women in cybersecurity since you're just from a panel of WISIS.
Yes.
Now, women in cybersecurity. Oh, in comparison to the men and the women, what are the challenges which ladies will face?
So women, I think something that I didn't get to say on the panel is that what I found is that when you look at the field of cybersecurity, it's quite diverse. So there are very technical roles, then there are governance roles, and you find that the requirements from even a technical or a people perspective are different depending on where you want to be. So I found that women prefer more governance roles, which is not about them. Men prefer the more technical roles. So if I'm looking for someone who's an expert in vulnerability assessment, almost 70% or even 80% of those people are men. So we still have biases in cybersecurity, that there are some roles that are the preserve of men because they are more technical in nature. And then also getting to the next level, which is CISO level, where you are in charge of strategy. We've seen that a lot of women drop off, or a lot of women remain at officer level, not really hitting the barrier and say going into CISO level. So if you look even at the banking industry, I think I know only two women CISOs across Uganda out of 25 banks, which is a bit unfortunate. Yeah.
So what are the things which you are doing as you to help improve that?
So particularly, I run something called the Business Continuity Institute. Now that doesn't focus so much on cyber, except on from an availability perspective. I do a lot of mentorship around business continuity. I have a panel of, let me say, ladies that I'm working with, all of them actually ladies. Some of it is to expand their knowledge. So looking at, for example, even ISACA right now, the ISACA leadership team is mostly men. So why is it that women are not, bringing themselves forward and saying there's a volunteer position which is available here? It will help expand me. Maybe it's a matter of time. Maybe it's a matter of I don't feel like that is something I should be doing. So for women out there, what I would say is don't only look at certifications and your job. Look at the wider environment. How can I be able to impact the community? Because it's the community which will give you your next level assignments.
Thank you for that.
Yes.
Any final thoughts, yes?
Final thoughts, and I would just like to say, cybersecurity is an evolving field. If you're a lady out there who feels that this is the career for you, I would invite you, seek out other ladies in the field, seek out mentorship. There's a space for you. For the men out there, because the men out there also need to be mentored, I would also say that this is a field where if you want to grow, put yourself out there. Don't only focus on your 8 to 5. Read more, research more, build community, volunteer. That's the way in which you grow yourself.
Okay. Thank you, Stella.
All right. Thank you
Please,
so much. All right.